Have you ever seen garlic seeds? We often know that garlic cloves grow underground. As for garlic moss, it's actually extracted from the garlic. What if we don't smoke garlic moss? He will grow a mini garlic on top. The most basal and topmost organs, exactly the same. Can you imagine a person with a head up and down? Or is it anal up and down? So here's the problem. What about the seeds? Where did the garlic seeds go? The swollen part under garlic is not a seed. It's not a root, it's the swollen stem. Just like the edible part of a potato is the stem. What about the garlic stems? It's called proximity. Features of proximity. It's not about him because he has a lot of leaves around him to protect him. The name of the forest leaf is yi, actually fat and thick. Can store hidden energy on the back. What about the garlic cloves we ate? It's actually a pear leaf, white and slippery. It looks very tempting, but once you bite it, break the cell. Enzymes contained in vacuoles, and the sulfur in the cells, compound reaction, generation of ethylene agents dithioin and acylene. The first two of allicin have a bad smell. Allicin is irritating. It tastes spicy. It can prevent birds and insects from biting. But to humans, the more you taste. Do I feel better when I eat it? So in Central Asia or West Asia, about 5,000 years ago, garlic is cultivated by humans. No one knows who his ancestors are. At least for cultivated crops. Garlic, oversized garlic. It is definitely a qualified cultivation. 5 sizes are now under normal planting conditions. An acre of land can hold 2,000 to 3,250 kilograms. The yield is 2 or 3 times that of wheat. As a kind of seasoning that is not in such great demand, this production can be said to be extremely conscientious after crops are domesticated, although used by humans. But you have a thriving population. What about some plants that are recycled? Still a little proud. How about many species? Trait unstable or unable to reproduce. For example, pear peels need to be grafted and pollinated. Tree potatoes need to detoxify the static buds. Bananas are triploid. Needs to be propagated asexually through fine buds. For garlic, we just take a clove. Don't even take it off. He can take the initiative to send out fine buds. What does a young shoot need most? Sunshine, but what about some people? It's really bad. Not only do you not let the garlic sprouts bask in the sun more, and they put them in a 10,000-pound room. Garlic sprouts only consume their own energy to become like. The people of Shu Kingdom have the same taste. Garlic, in the face of this injustice, chose to repay grievances with virtue. They grow leaves with less cold snap compounds. Smells fresher. It's lower in cellulose. Tastes more tender. This garlic becomes garlic yellow. It's good for scrambled eggs or shrimp. If you accidentally make garlic, touch the full power of golden sunlight. Then he will want to improve too much. Turned greasy. Greasy garlic sprouts. After it is dried, you can cook vegetables and eat them. When the garlic seedlings grow too large, they cannot be eaten. But wait until the garlic has grown to a certain extent. He will want to reproduce. Reproduction is about to bloom. When it blooms, it must grow a flower path. Let's see how smooth the houndstail is. It's easy to pull out. The thin part below is the flower diameter, well known. A tree puts diluted flowers in reproduction. What about the nutrients of the body? So, humans choose to pull the flower glasses out abruptly. This flower mirror is also delicious. It's the famous garlic moss. If we don't become garlic moss, then the garlic will bloom. Slowly grow out of the gas forest path, also known as garlic. Tianjiao and Di Xiaoshan have so much fate with each other. New land and everyone competing dogs. The entire court is naturally in turmoil. Garlic spiders also become weak and yellow. Although the celery looks like a garlic clove, but after all, the foundation is unstable. I am very small. Plant on the ground. Because of lack of nutrients, there are too many doppelgangers to support, so there's a good chance they'll grow into a poisonous garlic. So here's the problem. What about the seeds? Where did the seeds go? Garlic actually has very serious chromosomes. Lytic layer degradation. Binuclear pollen loses its activity. Cultivated garlic is actually highly sterile. When normal nutrients are available in the sky garlic and underground, the energy originally reserved for the seeds is also sucked away by the garlic. It must be during the development period of garlic flowers. Continuously remove qi and vitality, and take other supportive measures to allow the garlic to receive the seeds smoothly. In fact, garlic is a sterile species. It's incredibly easy to grow. Garlic cloves can preserve themselves for at least a few months. Hard and protective. Shipping is not easy to damage. In addition to being larger, the total amount needs to be calculated. What about simple seeds? It doesn't seem to make a difference. It hurts so much, I really cried to death. Smell the human name again. You are the #1 blind monk in the world. As for the main body, the taste naturally doesn't say. After Zhang Qian brought it back more than 2,000 years ago, I've been eating. I have a lot to say about garlic. 99% of people are, but I eat meat instead of garlic. Half the fragrance. Garlic can be mashed to make garlic paste. Add a little sesame oil. It can be paired with many simple cooked meats. Put garlic in a hot and humid environment. It can be fermented into black garlic in 2 or 3 months. When you feel nauseous, you can eat and press. If you put the whole head of garlic into the nest skin. Love to eat sugar. Add salt, baijiu, etc. Garlic becomes sugar garlic. If you soak garlic in vinegar, acid amino acid will be brightened by acid and it reacts with amino acids. Generate below. Different numbers of conch come together. Form different colors. Compound. It's made up of 4 biro rings. Presentation of the 4th round of biro. Green. This is the color of lava garlic. But the best thing about garlic, I think it's still about making coffee. It's better than the middle class. Others on the mainland. And I love garlic. Jews consider garlic can aphrodisiac, improve sexual performance. What did the ancient Greeks think about garlic? It can improve cardiovascular and cerebrovascular levels, increase the blue bar length. Russians find garlic admirable at home. You can cure the flu, the Middle Ages thought. The peculiar smell after using garlic. It makes a vampire feel fear when I run in the wild. Just carry garlic against the vampire, i.e. fadwa. Medicine believes that garlic can increase human health, but it can make people unable to suppress their libido. So raw donkeys are prohibited from eating garlic. Tied with garlic for 5 stars. There are also green onions that are not edible. Shallots are not only old with garlic. The structure of the corpse looks similar to that of garlic. Actually, what about scallions and garlic? All 100,000 onion species. It's not hard to guess. But shallots don't have the unusual constant presence of garlic. We cut the spring onions. You can see the layers of leaf shells compose a net-like structure. It's called scallion. The body contains a lot of sulfur-containing compounds. It is irritating, greatly aroused human appetite. We most often eat green onions. Green onions can be divided into 4 categories according to their height. Tall type, there is wild talisman number 1. The short and thick type has the Tianjin midnight period short and thin type. There are Shangxi Sikong high and thin types. The famous Zhangqiu cauldron head is high and thin. Can grow taller than humans. You can eat walruses by sticking them in the mouth of a seal. In addition to this, there is also scallion white expansion. Chicken thigh green onion. For example, Laiwu chicken thighs and scallions. What about in general? In terms of green onion cultivation, our country Shandong province can be said to be the most experienced. Green onions, whether rolled pancakes or stewed meat with roast duck, can play obviously spicy food, but I prefer a refreshing effect. I also like to eat green onions. And when it comes to eating green onions, it can be said that 80% of people can't eat me. The only drawback of green onions, it's just too big. Sprinkle it directly on the food as an embellishment, it doesn't look good. This time, we're going to use a variant of the green onion. Shallots are very good at splitting. You can make a lot of doppelgangers horizontally. Each one is quite small. Can be used to make green onions mixed with tofu, or make it into scallion ingredients for hot pot. What about scallions? Onion, horizontal doppelganger can also develop vertically. What about green onions? Another variety of green onions. I really want to improve. The air sound is approaching and has not yet left the body. Sprouted directly on the old spider. Grow into shallots. Lin Jun and Shinsuan can continue to grow new green onions, layer by layer. Li Shimin is not as anxious as you. The green onion is not alone. He is in the country and has some relatives. For example, scallions, also known as Shai scallion chives, name with a north. He's actually in the northern hemisphere. 3 continents are distributed. Hey, but in our country, it is only distributed in northern Xinjiang. So what about restaurants in China? It's not very present because the purple flowers he blooms are very beautiful. So in addition to eating, it can also be put into the green belt as an ornamental crop. In the Mongolian steppe and the Gobi, living with drought-tolerant shallots. It's not just the locals who eat them. It is said that why is the local mutton so delicious? And I also eat shallots with sheep. Sulfide dilutes the smell of mutton. Some pure genus species are very developed in summer, a bee jar that resembles spring and garlic. For example, the crab with the wings of the 5 hearts, also called scorched head. It fits this standard very well. What about this plant? In the south of our country, Japan is very popular in Southeast Asia. It's a serious, indigenous crop. Look at his Latin name. It is the first set written by Ailian Muchenzi. The top half looks like shallots. What about the second half of the encouragement? It's often called a scorch, except for cooking. It can also be marinated in sugar water like sugar garlic, or marinate into hot and sour mouth. What should I do if I can't eat scorched head in the north? You can replace it with crab white. In fact, it is distributed all over the country. At first glance, these two look exactly the same. How can it be 2 crops? Look carefully at the crab, which is burnt head. Near it is water-shaped or chicken leg shaped. Often the spines grow together. Crab white forest paths are very white. They tend to grow alone. It's a pretty standard sphere. So this onion-like plant, also known as small root garlic. Does that sound messy? After all, for pure plants, pretending to be garlic is actually a very simple thing. Like garlic, And it's even greener than blue when it comes to garlic. Its underground parts can grow to the size of an apple. You can roast it in a hot pot and eat it. This knife is the same way I ate it when I was a kid. The ground part tastes like green onions, but not as exciting. So what about Europeans who are not good at smoking spicy food? I like to make soup with it. What about this appearance? Also very close to green onions, but the leaves are not cylindrical. It's flat. It's shaped like a leek. Its rebreeding is called leek. It's not surprising that scallions look like leeks, because chives are also an insecticidal method of onion ripening. Even another name is Mongolian wine. So that's it. Why do leeks taste so heavy? Hot and dry feeling. The reason why the taste is also very strong. Chives are ostensibly herbs. Actually, the underground part of it is also relatively large. It's prone to fragmentation. More and more nutrients can be accumulated, even if the surface partially dies in winter. And the second year, the leaves grow again. A root has a lifespan of 3 years.